So you're here because you want to get the good stuff, right? You're thinking
Yeah.
about hitting the road, maybe seeing the Southwest National Parks.
Grand Canyon, Arches, Petrified Forest.
Exactly. And you want to, be in the know, but maybe without digging through piles of books for weeks.
Yeah, who has time for that?
Well, you've definitely landed in the right spot. This deep dive, it's all about pulling out the most fascinating bits, the essential stuff we found,
From the material we looked at, yeah.
giving you that kind of well-informed edge for your trip. Think of it like your personal briefing on these amazing places.
Precisely. We're not just, listing viewpoints. We want to give some context, those little nuggets that make you go, oh, wow, when you're actually there.
Makes a trip better, more memorable.
Exactly. Deeper appreciation.
It's so famous, you feel like you already know it.
Right. It's iconic.
But what really struck me from everything we saw is just how huge it is. People say breathtaking, but it sounds like that doesn't even quite cut it.
It really doesn't. You see pictures, sure, but standing there on the rim, witnessing that vastness, it's something else entirely.
Hard to capture.
Totally. I mean, think about it. It's up to a mile deep and stretches, 277 miles long?
Wow.
That scale, it's not just visually stunning. It's like looking at billions of years of Earth's history just laid out right there.
Like a textbook.
Yeah, a living textbook for geologists, definitely. But for everyone else, it's just this powerful reminder of how old the Earth is, how much it's changed.
And if you're planning a visit, maybe hoping for that killer photo, it sounds like the South Rim is kind of the go-to.
That seems to be the consensus, yeah.
Apparently, it's got viewpoints that are pretty easy to get to, giving you those big, sweeping views we all imagine.
That's right. The South Rim's more developed, so access is simpler for those classic, really expansive shots. Very popular.
Makes sense.
But beyond just the views, there's this whole human story tangled up with the canyon, too. Our sources mention John Wesley Powell.
Oh, yeah, the explorer. Late 1800s.
That's him. His expeditions were really important. He actually navigated the whole Colorado River through the canyon.
Seriously? Back then?
Yeah. Imagine doing that, charting it, documenting it.
Mhm.
That really brought the canyon to, wider public attention, shaped how we first understood it scientifically.
That takes guts. Now, here's something that really grabbed me. It kind of shows how much we don't know, maybe.
Okay, what's that?
Even with all the science, the exact age, how old the Grand Canyon actually is, it's still being debated.
That's not fascinating, yeah.
It seems so permanent,
Yeah.
but there's still this mystery about its beginnings.
It really is fascinating. We know the river's been carving it for millions of years, obviously, but the precise timing, the exact sequence,
Yeah.
that's still being worked out. It just reminds you that our understanding of nature is always kind of evolving. These places seem timeless, but they're changing, and so is our knowledge about them.
That's a great point. Okay, so from that massive canyon, let's shift gears. Head over to Arches National Park.
Completely different landscape.
Totally. We're talking Utah now, right? This almost surreal place with, what is it, over 2,000 natural stone arches?
Yeah, over 2,000. It's incredible. Like, nature decided to be an architect, sculpted by wind, water, time.
Just amazing shapes.
Absolutely. The geology there is unique, and then erosion. Think wind, rain, freezing, thawing, acting like these slow-motion sculptures over ages.
When you think arches, you think delicate arch, right?
Almost inevitably, yeah. It's become such a symbol.
The one on the Utah license plate.
That's the one. An icon not just for Utah, but really for the beauty and maybe the fragility of nature itself.
And this brings up someone like Edward Abbey, his book Desert Solitaire.
Right.
Our sources talked about how that really adds another layer.
Abbey.
His writing apparently captured the feel of the place, inspiring people to appreciate the solitude, the raw beauty.
It really does. If you're listening and want to connect beyond just snapping photos, his work, it offers a way in.
How so?
Well, Abbey encourages you to, move beyond just looking at the scenery, to really engage with the desert, feel it, find some connection, maybe even reverence for its starkness.
So it's about the experience, not just the view.
Exactly. It highlights how our experience isn't just the physical place, but also the stories, the perspectives we bring to it.
Interesting. Okay, now let's head southeast. Petrified Forest National Park, northeast Arizona.
Right. Another shift.
This place sounds wild, like stepping back in time or onto another planet with all this ancient, colorful wood turned to stone.
It really is like that. A remarkable window into the prehistoric past.
Yeah.
Some of those logs, they're over 200 million years old.
Get out. 200 million.
Seriously. It's almost impossible to wrap your head around. Forests of giant trees, now stone, preserving this moment from when dinosaurs were around.
How does that even happen? Wood to stone.
It's a process called petrification or fossilization.
Yeah.
Basically, minerals in the groundwater slowly seeped in and replaced the original wood structure bit by bit.
Wow. Nature's chemistry set.
A fascinating example of geological change, yeah.
And it's not just the petrified wood, is it? I remember reading about remnants from people who lived there long ago.
That's right, the Puebloan peoples, there are archaeological sites there too.
So a human history layer on top of the deep, deep geological time.
Precisely. It shows people have been connected to this, well, pretty unique environment for centuries, adapting to it.
Adds another dimension.
And here's a quirky fact. Petrified wood, you can find it on every continent except Antarctica.
No way, really?
Yeah. But this park, Petrified Forest, it's famous for how incredibly colorful its specimens are. That's down to the specific minerals like iron and manganese that were present during the process.
So Arizona's got the really fancy stuff.
You could say that. Some really vibrant reds, yellows, purples.
Okay, so we've done a quick tour of these 3 amazing but very different parks. Let's switch things up. Talk practicalities, making your own trip great.
Good idea. Lots of useful tips came up.
First one, when to go. It sounds like maybe summer isn't the only answer. Those shoulder seasons, spring and fall, they seem to have some real pluses.
Oh, absolutely. Visiting in spring or fall can really enhance the whole experience.
How so? Fewer people.
Definitely fewer crowds than peak summer. That means things feel a bit calmer, less rushed. You get a more, maybe intimate visit.
And the weather's better. I imagine summer is blazing hot.
It can be intense.
Yeah.
Spring and fall usually have much milder temperatures, much more comfortable for hiking, exploring, just being outside.
Makes sense.
Plus, you get the changing seasons. The light is different. Maybe some spring wildflowers or autumn colors, depending on the park and elevation. Adds another layer of beauty.
Definitely worth considering then. Okay, another crucial one. Seems obvious, but hydration.
Cannot stress this enough. Seriously.
Especially in that dry, arid climate, right?
Yeah. Exactly. The desert air just sucks the moisture out of you, sometimes faster than you realize, even if you're not doing, like, a major hike.
So carry lots of water.
Lots of water. Drink it constantly through the day. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Know the signs of dehydration. It's basic, but so important for safety and just feeling good.
Got it. Water, water, water. Now, for those truly unforgettable moments, sunrise and sunset kept coming up.
Oh, the golden hours. Yes, they are absolutely transformative in these landscapes.
Why is that? Just the light.
The quality of the light, it's lower, warmer. It makes the colors of the rock formations just pop, richer, more intense. The shadows get long and dramatic.
Creates a whole different mood.
Completely. Often more ethereal, more magical. And bonus, it's usually quieter then too. Fewer people out at the crack of dawn or sticking around after sunset. More solitude.
Speaking of quiet and awe, stargazing opportunities sound incredible too.
Oh yeah. If you live near a city, you forget what a truly dark sky looks like.
Light pollution washes it all out.
Exactly. But out there in the Southwest parks, away from city lights, the number of stars is just staggering. You can often see the Milky Way so clearly.
Wow, that'd be amazing.
It really is. If you have even a passing interest in astronomy or just appreciate beauty, looking up at that night sky is, well, unforgettable.
Okay, and one last really key point on the practical side. Respecting wildlife, being a good visitor.
Yes, crucial. These aren't zoos, they're wild ecosystems.
So keep your distance.
Absolutely. Maintain a safe distance from all animals.
Yeah.
Never, ever feed them. It disrupts their natural behavior and diet, can make them sick or aggressive.
And stick to the trails.
Stick to marked trails. That helps protect fragile vegetation and prevents erosion and keeps wildlife habitats undisturbed. Basically, observe, appreciate, but don't interfere. Leave no trace. It's about protecting that delicate balance.
Right. It makes perfect sense. Okay, now, for folks looking to maybe go a little deeper than the usual tourist path, we found a couple of slightly outside-the-box ideas.
Yeah, ways to enhance the experience.
First one was a silent hike. That sounds intriguing.
It really can be powerful. Consciously deciding not to talk while you walk.
What does that do?
It kind of forces your other senses to dial up. You start noticing things you'd otherwise miss. The sound of the wind, bird song, insects buzzing, the crunch of your feet, little details.
It makes you more present, maybe.
Exactly. More immersed in the environment. It can be quite meditative, very introspective. A different way to connect.
I like that. And the other tip was about ranger-led programs.
Oh, definitely take advantage of those if you can.
Why? What do they offer?
Well, you're learning from the experts, right?
Mhm.
People who live and breathe this park. They're passionate, knowledgeable about the geology, history, wildlife,
So you get insights you wouldn't get from just a guidebook.
for sure. And sometimes they lead walks or talks in areas that are less visited or focus on specific topics. It can give you a much richer, more unique perspective.
Good tip. Worth checking the park schedules then.
Absolutely. Plan ahead a little if you're interested in those.
Okay, so as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, Grand Canyon, Arches, Petrified Forest, what's the big takeaway? The main message you think listeners should leave with?
Hmm. I think it's that these parks, they're really more than just pretty places to visit. They're experiences.
Experiences of what?
Well, opportunities for connection, I think. Connection to like the immense timescales of geology we talked about. Connection to the beauty, but also the fragility of these natural systems.
And maybe connection to ourselves, that solitude idea.
Yes, that too, the quiet wonder you can find there.
Hmm.
Ultimately, they really underscore how important it is to, preserve these kinds of places, not just for us now, but for everyone who comes after.
Absolutely. Well said. We really hope this deep dive has given everyone listening a focused look, an insightful overview of what a trip through these amazing Southwest parks could be like.
Without bearing you in details, yeah.
Hopefully hitting the highlights, the context, the cool
The
facts.
grandeur, the artistry, the history, and hopefully some useful tips for planning your own adventure.
Right. So on that note, thinking about the vast time, the delicate nature of these places we've discussed,
Huh.
here's something to maybe mull over.
Okay.
What personal responsibility do you feel towards these natural wonders? And thinking about that connection, what small action might you take maybe on your travels or even just day to day to honor that?
That's a good question to carry with you.
Just something to think about.